Hello and welcome to a new rush hour episode of Trains Out, and today we're at Rugby on the West Coast Mainline, where you'll be seeing services from Avanti West Coast, London Northwestern Railway, and various freight as well. Stabled as the Thunderbird logo is Pride of Crew 57309, courtesy of DRS. Over there is one of Greater Anglia's new toys, in the form of a 720-568. That is now heading off on a mileage accumulation run from Crewe to Wembley. $725.66 brings up the rear. Then over there we've got one of the many variations of Tampa, courtesy of SB Rail. DR77, I want to say 002, as I can read that. And then we have 86259. For all intents and purposes, basically lives here at Rugby when it's not being used on rail tours. And then, kicking things off, well actually no, we're going thirdly, really, third train. There we are, words. Is going to be the 1644 London Northwestern Railway service from... Really? Avanti West Coast service from Blackpool North to London Euston. Worked by 390013. Then coming in next to me is an Avanti West Coast service bound for some far understand. I think it's just passing straight through. It's Cumbrian Spirit. 390-010. I think that might be one of the Anglo-Scottish bound services. And then I'm going to go onto the platform as the Freightliner 90s will be making an appearance. Okay, and coming down now will be the pair of Freightliner 90s working the daily container train from Felixstowe to Trafford Park. Leader proceedings is Freightliner 90043. With 90045 bringing up the rear. Decent length consist, plenty of variety of size, shape and colour of container. So, with that being said, let's see what shall turn up. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1653 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston. 350-243 leads proceedings, and I shall get the rear set when she departs. The 390-010 was working a London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly working. And in other news, the weather has turned decidedly British. There's a fair amount of breeze kicking around, the rain is continuous, and it's just all-round foul, so lovely. Standing significantly well clear. This is going to be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Penzino coming through. I believe this one is working from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Not really breaking the sound barrier, but there we go. Windscreen wipers on the go. Worked by 390-020, gently gliding her way through. Okay, passing through now will be an Avanti West Coast Class 390. 392-134 working the London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street service. Okay, departure now, and the ever-increasing wind is going to be the 1653 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. One, 2, 5 brings up the rear. Hasn't really got the same effect, but you know, still works. Okay, the next train to arrive will be the 1658 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston, as behind that will be a Freightliner 66 working an intermodal train from Ditton O'Connor to Felixstowe North. Kind of went partial game show host there, but it works. So, leading this service in is 352.53. I shall get the rear when she departs. And yes, I did intentionally roll the R on that one. Again, don't ask me why I did it. I just did it. Okay, well, it's 66.533 that'll be working the Felixstowe container train. As now departing is the 1658 London Northwestern Railway service to London Euston. This particular 66 even, has got a nameplate. .354.01, X-Trans-Pennine Express on the rear, driver certainly not hanging about. Okay, doing about turn to find Senator Express. Two chaps in the cab of that 66. It'll be a nice gentle crawl to the red aspect signal. It will then change in due course. He'll then put down the power, and she will then continue to take her container train to the port of Felixstowe. If there's one thing I've noticed about the container traffic in the UK, it's that the Maersk containers are always some of the most battered that are running around. It looks... it's gone for a round with Mike Tyson from the looks of it. Mind you, that one's not seen too many better days either. I can't even pronounce that. What was it? Saf Marine? Is that supposed to be? Saf Marine? I'm guessing. And then, well, you've only got to look at those. Look at those. 3 Maersk containers. And to be fair, that P&O one seemed better. Mind you, should we just do Grotty Containers at? Screw it. That's a new series. Grotty Containers at. There we are. I'm fairly convinced that all the container companies around the world would love to have their name, you know, slandered through shoddy container care. Because that wouldn't be a lawsuit in itself. Right, so Yakking has allowed the signal to go double yellow, so that means El Capitan should put his foot down in a memento. Whenever you're ready there, Chief. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to... Oh, no. There we go. Go on, girl. Jesus. There's a reason the 66 is such a popular workhorse throughout continental Europe. She's not afraid to throw her weight around. sounds like that tank container with the blue metal surrounds was from Japan. In fact, there's a few tank containers on this train. Goes without saying that the flat wheel is on the wagon that holds a Maersk container. Mind you, there's a bridgehead container on there that's sat on a flat wheel bogie, so can't have all the fun. And away she goes. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the late-running 1700 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to Birmingham New Street. And at some point there's going to be a GBRF 66 coming through, going from Trafford Park to Felixstowe North. So, linear proceedings is 35123. With 232 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is also going to be the late-running 1700 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Glasgow Central, worked by 390-155. Railway Benefit Fund. Okay, doing about turn to find the GBRF 66 coming through with the container train from Trafford Park Euro Terminal GBRF to Felixstowe North GBRF. Just in case there was any doubt about where it was going. Worked by 66-701. Rather unusual for a GBRF freight train to run not at full capacity. Although the latter half of that train was made up of brand new container wagons. Okay, here we have 39122 working in the Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Do an about turn to find a Freightliner 66 coming down with a aggregates train from Willesden up and down relief to Guidebridge Yard. Windscreen wipers sort of doing their own thing. Okay, coming in is a rather grotty 66-610. Actually, it's hauling ballast, not aggregates, but you can kind of have it all ferried under one category in the grand scheme of things. I don't think there was a single wagon there that didn't have some sort of graffiti on it. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be 390-050, working in Avanti West Coast service from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. Okay, the next train to pass by will be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino going from Glasgow Central to London Euston. (390-046). A couple of nice sparks in the pantograph as well. And of course some wind. Because why not? And the next train to pass by will be another Avanti West Coast class 390 going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. (390-127). Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be worked by a pairing of Avanti West Coast 221 Super Voyagers on the 1733 Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh Waverley via Birmingham New Street. So she's really going to be stretching her legs during this journey. Well, both units are. Okay, so linear proceedings we have 221-114. With 107 bringing up the rear. Plenty of people going on board this service. I imagine the bulk of them will probably disembark at Birmingham New Street. Okay, getting ready to depart now will be the 1733 Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh Waverley. Going to be running about, where are we? 2 minutes late. And the next train drive is going to be the 1736 London Northwestern Railway service to Birmingham New Street, as Anne has just correctly said. Be worked by a pair of Class 350s, as the 1733 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to Northampton is just departing. Leading this service is 353.74. Leading the Northampton service is 352.62. On the rear of this is 352.46, and on the rear of the other service is 352.40. Okay, putting the power down, coming out of the holding loop 5 minutes early will be a DB Cargo UK Class 66, going from Trafford Park to London Gateway DB Cargo, clagging like a beauty, 66.014. Nice little tone from the driver there. Traditionally, that train is held at Rugby for about an hour and 5 minutes. Ooh, smells good. It has got containers in it, I do promise you. Nice flat wheel in there somewhere. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be the trio of Royal Mail 325s going from Willesden to Shieldmere. As on platform 4 at the moment is the 1744 Avanti West Coast service from Edinburgh Waverley to London Euston. So that should be leaving, two-tone there, that should be leaving once this passes through. 325013 leading. Zero 12 on the rear, and I haven't got the faintest idea who was in the middle. But it was a nice two-tone from the driver there, and a wave as well. Thank you very much. Okay, but ready to depart now is going to be 390016 with the 1744 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1747 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Crewe, worked by a pair of Class 350s. Rocketing their way over the points. Leading proceedings is 350.115. With 267 bringing up the rear. And the next train to make an appearance is going to be another Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. 390039 with a nice little two-tone from the driver there, thank you very much. As now departing is the 1747 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe, going about 2 minutes late. Okay, the next train to make appearance is going to be 390-119, bound for Glasgow Central. You're definitely not going to lose that in the car park, are you? Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be the Avanti West Coast 390 Pendolino. I haven't got the faintest idea who that is. Okay, coming in now is the late running 1749 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. Worked by 390-043. Plenty of people on board. The previous 390 is going from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Okay, now departing 2 minutes late is going to be the 1753 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston, with 350-130 leading. Amazing camera work. I know you're absolutely loving all this. With 350-129 bringing up the rear.
Train calls at staff at Crewe Room Common, Liverpool, due to arrive at Liverpool Line Street at 9:10:21.
Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be a Rail Operations Group Class 37 going from Wolverton Centre Sidings to Derby RTC. That had previously run from Loughborough to Wolverton, I do believe. So rumbling our way through will be 37-800. Oh, that smells good. Go on, put your foot down. Oh, yes! Oh, God, how I've missed that sound. Just look at the clag. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, now Spartan is going to be the 1758 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston with 350-107 leading proceedings. With 350-122 bringing up the rear. Then we have a London Northwestern Railway service coming inbound for Birmingham New Street. Leading proceedings is 350-370. With 350-250 bringing up the rear. Then we have 390-115. Not too sure where she's going, so I shall find out in the next clip for you. Okay, about ready to depart now should be the 1800 London Northwestern Railway service to Birmingham New Street, and the 390 was off to Glasgow Central. Okay, the next train to pass by will be an Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino going from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. And I haven't got the faintest idea who that is. My autofocus decided to autofocus on the bleeding column that was next to me rather than what was in front. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be the Avanti West Coast class 390 bound for Manchester Piccadilly. 390-104. A couple of nice sparks on the pantograph. Okay, the next train to pass through is going to be the Pendolino. Courtesy of Avanti West Coast, with a rather spraying and pulsating pantograph there. Why the? What was that? Really, what was that? I'll tell you what, scrap that and just say that there was a Pendolino for Avanti West Coast. Oh, bloody hell. It was running 10 minutes early from Glasgow Central to London Euston. I don't know what I was attempting to do with that earlier piece of commentary. That was just absolutely bloody atrocious. A pulsating pantograph? Where the bleeding hell did that come from? Oh, I've no idea. I'm going to go to bed. Okay, as the rain pours down, we're going to have a Freightliner 66 coming through with an intermodal train from Felixstowe North to Lawley Street. Oh, that's nice. The rain just decides to let off a bit just at that moment. Thank you very much. So it's worked by 66,568. Getting so much spray being kicked up from that. As there is 390-044 with the 1834 Avanti West Coast service to Liverpool Lime Street. As there goes the 1833 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to Northampton, worked by 353.73. Oh, hello. And there goes 390-135. Okay, we're ready to depart now. Should be the 1834 Avanti West Coast service to Glasgow, not Liverpool. I don't know where I got Liverpool from, but there we are. It's actually bound for Glasgow Central. Whenever you're ready. Are we just going to sit there? Oh no, there she goes. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1842 London Northwestern Railway service from Northampton to Birmingham New Street. As also coming in is going to be the 1848 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe. So, leading the Birmingham bound service is 351.26. On the rear is 353.72. And working the Crewe service will be 350.265.
Platform number 2 for the 18th.
Okay, the next train to pass by will be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Worked by 390.013, plenty of spray coming off the pantograph. Okay, and after a fair old wait, the 1848 London Northwestern Railway service to Crewe is about ready to go. Okay, about ready to depart now will be 390.009 with the 1849 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston from Blackpool North.
Platform number 1847.
Treaty of Union. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1852 Avanti West Coast service to Liverpool Lime Street. Definitely is Liverpool Lime Street this time. Worked by 390.005. Alright then, the next train to make an appearance is going to be a DRS Class 88 going from Daventry to Moss End.
Stand behind, leave the line platform.
Do you want to try that one again, bud? Almost having as bad a time as me. This is worked by 88.005. Minerva. trundling through quite happily. Okay, now departing is 352.47, leading away the 1853 London Northwestern Railway service from Crewe to London Euston. With 352.31 bringing up the rear. Okay, and the next train to pass by is going to be a Freightliner 66 leading a container train from Felixstowe North to... no. Yes it is, yeah, Felixstowe North to Garston. Coming through at a rather sedate pace. This is worked by 66.525. I was beginning to wonder if that was ever going to end. Okay, the next train to make an appearance is going to be the 1900 London Northwestern Railway service from London Euston to Birmingham New Street, worked by Pro Class 350s, with 352.40 leading. As I was walking over here, a pair of Avanti West Coast 2-to-1 Super Voyagers came roaring through with a service to Wrexham General and Holyhead. I was distracted by the imminent arrival of DRS 88 on the car train. And 262s on the rear, and the Freightliner 66 was actually going from London Gateway to Garston. I thought there was, well, I was wrong somewhere along the line. I know, I can hardly believe it myself. Okay, now departing is going to be the 1900 London Northwestern Railway service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. The 1900 service to Birmingham New Street was actually from Northampton. So leading this is going to be 352.32. With 351.23 bringing up the rear. Okay, and here comes aforementioned DRS 88 on the empty car wagons from Garston to Dagenham, and I want to say that's worked by 88.006. Signal behind me is still on red. They are great looking engines, they really are. Sound nice too. I think I shall get back to that once it's got a light to proceed. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be a pair of DB Cargo UK Class 90s going from Daventry to Moss End. 90037 leading, with 020 on the rear. Okay, it looks like our 88 has got an amber light, so she will now continue on her way. In fact, it's just gone to green. I love the variety of wagons on that train. Okay, our final train of the day will be an Avanti West Coast Class 390 going from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. Works by 390-124, and as she kicks up a ton of spray from the pantograph, I shall leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching, it is greatly appreciated. If you have enjoyed what you've seen today, I can't see why you would have done, but please do like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, I do go back to them as and when I get the opportunity to, and I imagine I'm going to be getting a fair amount of ridicule for god-awful bits of commentary that happened in, well, near enough all parts of this filming. God knows what happened earlier when I was talking about bloody pulsating pantograph. I don't actually know what I was... I know what I wanted to say. I know what I wanted to convey in terms of the spray being kicked off the pantograph. I don't know why would I use the word. Why would I even use the word? Well, it is a word and phrase. Pulsating. Why? It bears no relation to what was happening. But there we are. It's happened. It's there. It's there for you to all enjoy and laugh at my expense. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed filming at Rugby. It's always an amazing station to come to. In times there are really long waits between trains coming through, but not the end of the world, is it? But my next rush hour film is... I have no idea, actually. Much like London King's Cross, I've not got the faintest idea where I'm going to go. So, by the time I made a decision, and by the time this film goes live, I would have done the next rush hour film. So, just look in the description to see where I'm going to be going. So, that being said, until next time, from me here at a rather windy Rugby, I shall see you all later. Take care, guys. Goodbye.